Incheon International Airport is always full of surprises, but that day the situation was different. The cold air towards the end of November seemed to trap every sound in a long echo. The airport officials were busy. The media cameras were already lined up, and fans who had been waiting since dawn began to get nervous because of a rumor that suddenly popped up on social media. The rumors are simple, yet enough to rock the fandom in a matter of minutes. There are two BTS members whose return schedules are close together. That sentence alone was enough to trigger a small panic. Among fans, who are always on the lookout for their idols' every move, the word close together isn't just a matter of timing. That means possible encounters, chances of being caught on camera, and of course, the birth of endless speculation. Fans began to dock to the guardrail. Some held the camera with their hands shaking from the cold. Others asked each other, "Who is this? Why so close? Coincidence? Or something else?" And among the restlessness, a black car shifts the mood. The sound of whispers began to be heard, forming small, fast-moving waves. That car looks like the one management usually uses, doesn't it? No one knows yet, nothing is certain yet, but suspicion. That's what ignited the furor of the day. When the sliding door at the arrival gate clicked, the reflex fans looked up. The light of the camera lamp suddenly exploded, illuminating a gray-robed figure with a hood pulled low until his face was almost invisible. Someone whispered, "That's a very familiar silhouette." The other immediately chimed in, "No way. Is he?" However, there is no confirmation. Just a long stride and a slightly hasty attitude, like someone who wants to get out of the spotlight as quickly as possible. Fans took pictures, the media began to record, and the bodyguards tried to pave the way. The figure only waves at a glance. Short waves without fully exposing the face, but one small detail did not go unnoticed by hardline fans. That gray sweater, not a foreign color. Not an unknown model. Those fans who spend their days watching idol outfits know perfectly well that such hoodies have appeared before and not just once. The whispers are back. Wait, isn't he wearing something similar to the time? Wow, this must be a suspicious coincidence. Of course, the word suspicious is a mandatory spice in the fandom community. As if the universe wanted to keep the fans on edge. 3 days after the appearance of the gray hoodie figure, the airport was again crowded. "The rumors are already more excited," he said. One more member came home on the 19th. The online media bites the bait. Thumbnails start popping up on YouTube. Fans again flocked to the airport, and just when the clock struck 17:42, another figure appeared, this time in a black leather jacket, a black hoodie, a different mysterious aura, more closed, more alert. More like someone who knows the paparazzi are ready to shoot him in the face. Although his face was not clearly visible, fans immediately knew who the figure was. Why? Because the gentleman walk was too typical, and the timeliness of his arrival 3 days after. The first figure instantly provoked a new frenzy. Fans began to compare. Fans began to connect. Fans began to wonder, why is it only 3 days? Why did you go home quietly? Why the same airport, same gate, same car? Is this a coincidence? Or something else? You know how Korean entertainment media works. If there was a small 1-inch gap, they would open it up into a 100-meter deep abyss of speculation. Some entertainment portals began to release articles in a tone full of question marks. The fans don't want to lose either. On social media, long threads began to appear. Someone compiled a 32-slide analysis of how the bodyguards escorting the two figures looked to be from the same team. Is it true? Nobody knows, but the post went viral within 2 hours. Someone compares a gray hoodie and a black hoodie, then makes an absurd theory that both come from the fashion category, Airport Stealth Fashion Edition. Fans agreed, laughing. But it's still awesome. Thread 3. Mysterious cars. There are accounts that claim that the black car that picked up the two figures had a similar number plate, but of course it was censored due to privacy. But despite being censored, rumors have come out. Every click, every upload, every whisper, everything adds fuel to the fire of speculation. Part of the overzealous fans began to return to the airport, not to wait for the idol to appear, but to take pictures of the corners of the same location. They Compared light, road markings, pole positions, even car glass reflections. Someone uploaded a photo with a caption, "Look, this is the spot that was worn 3 days earlier." Comments exploded. "It's like a bunny, this is no coincidence. Hybe must know something. Why is the timeline so precise?" Even people who actually don't care about the idol's home schedule end up getting poisoned. Someone wrote, "I was originally just a scroll. Suddenly joined this conspiracy wholeheartedly." And it's true, those funny and unfounded conspiracies are now public consumption. When two idols come home close together, there is one theory that always comes up in fandom. Maybe they went to the same place. Comments start to appear. If the schedule is different, why is it so tight? If it's a coincidence, how can it fit the difference of 3 days? Fans have suspected for a long time that they are in sync with the schedule. Of course, no one knows the truth. No evidence, no confirmation, but fans don't need certainty to speculate. They just need a little hint or what they think is a clue, and 2 photos from the airport. It's enough to be a bait. There are 3 little things that make rumors even wilder. Low hoodie, fast pace, does not say anything. Fans say, if the schedule is normal, they usually still have time for drugs. Why is it so low profile? Some fans notice the coordination of the bodyguards. The way they open the car door is very similar. It's definitely the same team. The management deliberately made it similar? When in fact, it could just be a standard soup. But what do fans care? No. The important thing is exciting. When 2 mysterious events occur in close proximity, suspicion grows very easily. As if to confuse the atmosphere, some media began to make opinion articles in the style of pretentious investigation. According to a pop culture analyst, this kind of close-knit return schedule is not something that happens for no particular reason. Who's the analyst? Not mentioned. Where is the source? Not clear, but such articles usually do not require credibility. Enough dramatization. The views flow endlessly. On Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and other platforms, compilation videos began to appear. International fans say, "I don't even know what's happening, but I'm invested." Someone made a funny animation. 2 little characters put on hoodies and then wave at each other at the airport, when in fact there is no evidence whatsoever that they met. There are also fans who joke, this is not a return trip. It's a side quest. And as always, global fandom has always had unstoppable creativity. The fans are waiting. The media is waiting. Speculation piled up. Full timeline of the theory. Everyone asks, is there a connection between the arrival of the 16th and 19th? Did they come close to home? Is this a sign of something? However, the furor was born not for the fact, and as always, one little thing is enough to make the entire internet speculate for days. In other words, what happened was actually simple, but what fans imagined was much more spectacular.